You are standing at the doorway of infinite possibility. The life you desire, the miracles you seek are not far from you. They are already here, waiting for your recognition. But here is the key. Nothing will change in your world until you change your inner state. You must act as if you are already the person who receives miracles effortlessly. Not tomorrow, not in the distant future, but now. Step into the version of yourself who already lives in abundance, who already walks in divine favor, who already holds in their hands the blessings they once wished for. How does this person think? How do they feel? How do they move through life? They are not begging, hoping, or doubting. They are walking in certainty, knowing that what they desire is already theirs. They radiate confidence. They are unshaken by circumstances, for they know that external reality bends to the force of their assumption. You are a magnet to miracles. The moment you believe you are, the energy you send out is the energy that returns to you. If you dwell in lack, in fear, in uncertainty, you will draw more of the same. But the moment you shift, when you feel abundance within, when you act as if you already have what you seek, the universe has no choice but to deliver it to you. Do not chase, do not beg, do not struggle. Instead, rest in the knowing that it is done. Walk with gratitude as if you are merely waiting for reality to catch up with what is already true in your imagination, because that is exactly how it works. Your only task is to hold firm in the unseen reality, to refuse to waver, to refuse to entertain doubt. When you persist in the feeling of having, the seen world must bow to the unseen. What was once invisible will become tangible. So today, rise with confidence, step into your power, carry yourself as the one who effortlessly attracts miracles, because the truth is, you already do. Everything you see, everything you experience is a direct reflection of your inner world. The reality you call life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Your assumptions, whether conscious or unconscious, dictate the shape of your world. Nothing exists outside of you that did not first take form within you. The moment you grasp this truth, you unlock the power to transform your life entirely. Look around you, the circumstances, the people, the opportunities, or the lack thereof. Each one is a manifestation of the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world. If you believe the world is unfair, it will show you unfairness. If you believe you are always struggling, struggle will follow you. But if you assume that life flows effortlessly in your favor, it must do so. There is no escape from this law, and once you truly understand it, you will see that you have been creating your life all along, whether you realized it or not. Many people believe they are at the mercy of external forces, that their success or failure depends on luck, effort, or circumstances beyond their control. But this is not true. Reality does not shape you, you shape reality. The assumptions you hold deep in your subconscious are constantly being reflected back to you. If you assume that people are kind and generous, you will meet kind and generous people. If you assume that money is difficult to come by, you will always find yourself in situations where financial struggle is present. It is not the world acting against you. It is simply responding to what you believe. The moment you decide to assume differently, to consciously shift your inner world, everything around you begins to change. The process is simple but requires unwavering faith. You must assume that you are already living the life you desire, that what you seek is already yours. This is not about wishing or hoping, it is about knowing. It is about walking through life as if your dream is already a fact. Do not look to the outside world for confirmation first. The world is only a mirror, and mirrors do not change until you change what they are reflecting. Many people make the mistake of waiting for their circumstances to shift before they allow themselves to feel differently. They wait for money to appear before they feel wealthy. They wait for love to arrive before they feel love. But this is working against the law of assumption. You must feel it first, embody it first, and only then will it appear in your experience. If you assume you are successful, success will find you. If you assume you are loved, love will appear in your life in ways you never expected. There is no effort required, no force needed. Reality has no choice but to reflect what you persistently assume to be true. It is the law, and it works every single time. Doubt is the only thing that can delay the process. If you assume something in one moment, but then allow fear and uncertainty to creep in, you are undoing your own creation. This is why persistence is key. You must remain in the state of your assumption, refusing to waver, refusing to react to the old reality that may still be lingering for a short while. Imagine yourself already living in your desired state. Feel the emotions, see the details. Live in that world mentally until it feels as natural as your current circumstances. And then, simply continue living from that place, knowing that the external world must conform. There is no need to struggle, no need to force things to happen. Just assume it, believe it, and persist in it. The world is your mirror, and when you change within, everything outside must follow. There is a vast difference between wanting something and knowing it is already yours. Most people spend their lives in a state of longing, hoping, and wishing. Yet they do not realize that by doing so, they are reinforcing the very absence of what they desire. To attract miracles, you must move beyond the feeling of wanting and step into the feeling of already having. This is the key that unlocks everything. Desire is natural, but when it is accompanied by desperation, doubt, or a sense of lack, it only pushes what you want further away. You cannot be in a state of need and a state of receiving at the same time. The moment you declare, "I need this," you are affirming that you do not have it. And if you do not have it internally, the external world cannot bring it to you. The universe does not respond to your words alone. It responds to your state of being. Shift your awareness. Instead of feeling the lack of your desire, feel the fulfillment of it. Close your eyes and imagine that what you seek has already manifested. How do you feel? What emotions rise within you? Relief, excitement, gratitude? These feelings are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The more you dwell in them, the more you align yourself with the reality where your desire is already a fact. This is not about pretending, it is about knowing. When you truly feel something is real, your mind and body accept it as truth. You no longer chase, no longer worry, no longer question. You simply rest in the certainty that it is done. And in that state of certainty, unseen forces begin to move. Doors open where there were none before. Circumstances shift. People appear at the right time. Everything aligns effortlessly, not because you forced it, but because you became a match to it. Look at your own life. Think of times when things came to you easily, without struggle. Chances are, in those moments, you were not worrying about how they would happen. You simply assumed they would. Maybe you expected a call and it came. Maybe you needed an opportunity and it appeared just in time. These moments were not coincidences. They were proof of the power of assumption and feeling. On the other hand, think of the things you have chased desperately, the ones you felt you needed the most, the ones you constantly worried about. Did they come easily? Or did they seem to slip further away the more you wanted them? This is because neediness creates resistance. The energy of lack repels the very thing you seek. To truly receive, you must relax into the knowing that it is already yours. Carry yourself as if your wish has already been granted. Let your thoughts, your actions, your emotions reflect that inner conviction. If you were already wealthy, how would you feel? If you were already loved, how would you move through the world? Begin embodying that version of yourself now, and reality will rearrange itself to match. Miracles do not come to those who beg for them. They come to those who expect them. There is nothing you need to force, nothing you need to chase. Your only task is to assume the feeling of already having. The moment you shift into that state, the universe has no choice but to respond in kind. What was once unseen becomes visible. What was once a dream becomes reality. It is not a matter of if. It is only a matter of time. The greatest obstacle to receiving your miracle is the need to control how it will unfold. Most people, once they set a desire in motion, immediately shift into a state of worry, questioning every detail. When will it happen? How will it happen? Who will make it happen? They analyze, strategize, and try to manipulate circumstances, believing that their intervention is necessary. But in doing so, they unknowingly create resistance, pushing their desire further away. The mind, conditioned to seek certainty, clings to the idea that it must know every step before trusting the outcome. But this very need for control is what delays the manifestation. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust the process. You water it, give it sunlight, and let nature take its course. You do not micromanage how the roots form or how the leaves will unfold. You simply know that growth is happening beneath the surface. The same principle applies to your desires. The moment you assume it is already yours, the process has begun. Your only task is to remain in the state of already receiving, rather than slipping into the mindset of waiting. Waiting implies separation. It suggests that what you desire is somewhere in the future, just out of reach. But the truth is, your miracle exists now. It is simply in an unseen form. The more you align with the feeling of already having it, the more quickly it materializes in your world. The moment you step into doubt, fear, or impatience, you signal to the universe that you do not truly believe in the reality of your desire, and thus you delay its arrival. Many people ask, but what if I do nothing? Won't I miss my opportunity? They misunderstand the process. Detachment from the how does not mean inaction. It means inspired action. When you are truly living in the state of already receiving, the right steps will naturally present themselves. You will feel nudged in certain directions, meet the right people, or suddenly have an idea that propels you forward. This is not the same as forcing or chasing. It is effortless alignment. Think back to moments in your life when something worked out perfectly without you even trying. Perhaps you were thinking about someone and they called. Perhaps you needed an answer and it appeared in an unexpected way. These moments were not coincidences. They were proof that when you release control, the universe orchestrates the details in ways far greater than you could have planned. If you try to dictate the how, you limit infinite possibilities to only what your logical mind can conceive. But what if the universe has a better, faster, more effortless way? What if the person you believe is essential to your success is not actually the one meant to bring it to you? What if the money you seek is destined to arrive through a completely unexpected avenue? When you insist on one specific path, you block all others. But when you surrender the how and trust that it is already done, you open the floodgates for miracles to unfold in ways beyond your imagination. Detach from the need to know. Let go of timelines. Stop checking for signs. Simply live as though your desire has already manifested. Feel the gratitude, the peace, the joy of already receiving. Move through your day with the quiet confidence that it is happening even if you cannot yet see it. And then, when you least expect it, the unseen will become seen. The miracle you once hoped for will simply be a natural part of your reality. Not because you chased it, but because you allowed it. The secret to manifesting anything you desire lies in one simple truth. You must live in the end. You must assume the feeling of already having what you seek, embodying the reality you wish to experience. Most people make the mistake of living in the present circumstances and reacting to them, rather than assuming the state of their fulfilled desire. They look at what is, and because they see lack, they continue to reinforce it. But reality is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state, and the moment you persist in the conviction that your desire is already yours, the world must rearrange itself to match that assumption. Living in the end is not about daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is about complete inner conviction. It is walking, talking, and thinking as though what you seek has already happened. When you shift into this state, you are no longer waiting, hoping, or wondering if it will come. You know it is done. And when you know something to be true, you act differently. You carry yourself with certainty. You no longer seek external validation because you are no longer questioning whether it will manifest. You are simply waiting for reality to catch up. Imagine for a moment that your desire has already come to pass. How would you feel? How would you think? How would you move through the world? If you were already in your dream relationship, would you still feel lonely? If you were already financially abundant, would you still worry about bills? If you were already successful, would you doubt yourself? No, you would feel at peace, fulfilled, and secure. That feeling is what you must step into now, before any physical evidence appears. Most people believe they must first see results before they can feel the reality of their desires. But this is an illusion. The truth is, the moment you shift internally, the external world follows. If you persist in your assumption, reality has no choice but to reflect it. This is not wishful thinking, it is a fundamental law. Just as a mirror cannot show you a different reflection until you change your expression, life cannot present you with a new reality until you change your internal state. Many people say, "But I don't see any evidence. How can I believe something that isn't here yet?" That is precisely why they remain stuck, because they are waiting for the world to convince them instead of convincing themselves first. The key is to stop looking at the external world for confirmation and instead trust the power of your own imagination. If you can experience it inwardly, it must materialize outwardly. Think of an actor playing a role. The more deeply they embody the character, the more convincingly they become it. They do not hesitate, second guess, or break character. They fully step into the role. You must do the same with your desires. Step into the role of the person who already has what they seek. Move through the world as if it is already done. If you persist, soon enough, the illusion of separation will dissolve, and what was once just a thought will become your tangible reality. Doubt and fear may arise, but they are only remnants of the old self, the old story. Do not give them power. Remind yourself that the external world is only a reflection of past assumptions, and your new state will soon replace it. Be unwavering in your conviction. Let every thought, every action, every feeling align with the reality you desire. And as you remain steadfast in living, in the end, your world will shape itself around your belief. It is only a matter of time before you open your eyes and realize that what once existed only in your imagination is now the undeniable truth of your life. What you see in front of you is not the truth. It is only a reflection of past thoughts, past beliefs, and past assumptions. The external world is not fixed, nor is it an independent force dictating your life. It is a mirror shaped entirely by the state of your inner being. If you allow the present moment to define what is possible, you will continue to recreate the same experiences over and over again. But if you dare to ignore what is in front of you and instead persist in the unseen reality of your choosing, the world must bend to match your conviction. Most people live reactively. They see their circumstances and assume they have no choice but to accept them. If they are struggling financially, they feel lack and believe that lack must continue. If they are alone, they feel loneliness and assume love is far away. But what they fail to understand is that these conditions persist only because they continue to accept them as real. The moment they withdraw their attention from what is and shift their focus to what will be, reality begins to shift. Ignoring the current reality does not mean denying its existence. It means refusing to be bound by it. It means understanding that what you see now is nothing more than an echo of past assumptions. The job you dislike, the relationship you lack, the limitations you perceive, these are not permanent, nor are they an accurate reflection of what is possible for you. They are simply manifestations of old thoughts, old beliefs, and old emotional states. The moment you stop feeding them with your attention, they begin to dissolve, making way for something new. Many people struggle with this concept because they believe that what they see is more real than what they imagine. They trust in the physical world more than they trust in the power of their own mind. But the truth is, everything you now experience was once unseen. Every building you walk into, every piece of technology you use, every breakthrough in human history, it all began as an idea, an unseen reality that someone dared to believe in. If those visionaries had only accepted the current reality, nothing new would have ever come into existence. You must become just as bold in your own life. You must be willing to see beyond appearances, beyond limitations, beyond temporary conditions. The key is to persist in the unseen reality until it becomes seen. If you want wealth, you must assume the state of abundance, even while your bank account says otherwise. If you want love, you must carry the feeling of being deeply cherished even while you are alone. If you want success, you must embody the confidence and certainty of someone who has already achieved it. This is not delusion, it is creation. Most people give up too soon. They look around, see no evidence of change, and assume their desires are not working. They waver, they doubt, and in doing so, they return to the same state that created their current circumstances. But those who persist, those who refuse to be swayed by the outer world, are the ones who witness miracles. They know that the unseen is more real than the seen, and because of this, they do not need immediate proof. They trust the process. They understand that the physical world takes time to reflect inner change, just as a seed takes time to break through the soil. The greatest power you have is the ability to direct your focus. If you continue to observe and react to what is, you will remain stuck in it. But if you choose instead to dwell in the unseen, to persist in the reality you desire, the world must rearrange itself to match your vision. This is an unbreakable law. What you focus on expands. What you believe in hardens into fact. Ignore the distractions of the present moment. See beyond them. Hold your vision unwaveringly, and soon what was once invisible will become undeniable. Gratitude is not just a polite expression of thanks. It is a force that aligns you with the very reality you seek to create. When you express gratitude as if your miracle has already arrived, you step into the state of having rather than the state of lack. Most people wait until they see their desires materialize before they feel grateful. But this is backward. The key to attracting more of what you want is to feel the gratitude now. Before any physical evidence appears, this shifts your inner state and changes the vibration you emit, drawing your desires to you with effortless precision. Imagine for a moment that the thing you have been longing for is already yours. The success, the wealth, the love, the healing, it has already happened. How would you feel? There would be no anxiety, no doubt, no hesitation. Instead, you would feel deep appreciation, a sense of peace, and an unshakable knowing that life is unfolding perfectly. That is the exact feeling you must cultivate in the present moment, regardless of what your senses tell you. The more you embody that feeling, the more quickly reality must rearrange itself to reflect your assumption. Gratitude is a magnet because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you constantly notice what is missing, you reinforce its absence. You tell the universe, I don't have this yet, and so it continues to be missing from your life. But when you choose to focus on what you already have, and even more powerfully on what you assume you already have, you send a different message. I am abundant. I am blessed. I have all that I need. And reality, being nothing more than a reflection of your inner state, must comply. The mind is conditioned to seek external proof before accepting something as true. But true manifestation requires the opposite. You must first believe it within, feel it as real, and then watch as the world catches up. Gratitude is the bridge that connects your current state to your desired reality. When you give thanks in advance, you affirm to yourself and to the universe that what you seek is already yours. You dissolve the energy of waiting, hoping, or striving, and instead, you step fully into the energy of having. Some may wonder, how can I be grateful for something I do not yet see? The answer is simple. Because the moment you assume something as real in your consciousness, it is already in motion. Just as a seed planted in the soil is already growing before it breaks the surface, your desires are already forming the moment you claim them as yours. You may not see them immediately, but they are there, unfolding in perfect timing. Gratitude acts as the water and sunlight that nourish the seed, accelerating its growth. If you want to attract miracles, practice gratitude as if they have already arrived. Wake up every morning and say, "Thank you for my success. Thank you for my health. Thank you for the love that surrounds me." Do not say it as a wish or a request. Say it as a statement of fact. Feel it in your body. Let your heart swell with appreciation. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. And soon your subconscious mind will accept it as reality. And once your mind accepts it, the external world must follow. This is not just theory, it is a law. You will always receive more of what you focus on. When you complain, dwell on problems, and feel frustrated about what is missing, you multiply those conditions. But when you shift to gratitude, when you see every moment as a blessing and every desire is already fulfilled, you unlock the flow of abundance. Miracles become your normal state, and life begins to unfold with effortless grace. Gratitude is not a reaction to what has already happened. It is the cause of what will happen next. Choose to live in the energy of having, and watch as the universe reflects it back to you in ways more wonderful than you could have ever imagined. Everything you desire is already within your reach. The key is not to chase, beg, or struggle, but to assume, feel, and embody the reality you seek. Your assumptions create your world, your emotions attract your experiences, and your unwavering faith shapes your destiny. When you act as if you are already a magnet to miracles, the universe has no choice but to reflect that truth back to you. Let go of doubt, detach from the how, walk in the end result, ignore the distractions of the present moment, and most importantly, cultivate gratitude as if your blessings have already arrived. Because the moment you believe it to be so, it is so. You are the creator of your reality. Trust in the unseen, persist in your conviction, and watch as miracles unfold before your very eyes. Thank you.